If you're considering taking a job with a compound pharmacist as a marketer and you're not sure exactly what to do, you definitely want to watch this episode of Wonderful Wednesday. See you in a few seconds. Hi everyone, it's Renee Yvonne with CompoundPharmacyMarketing.com, and today is Wonderful Wednesday. Wonderful Wednesday is the day when I bring you one marketing solution to help you grow your compound pharmacy. Well, this week I had a reader on my blog ask me a question about being hired as a marketer for a pharmacy, and she wanted to make sure that she structured herself well and she didn't price herself out of the market, and she wanted to know what should she be looking for when she goes in for that interview. I love this question because I don't often get a lot of people who are marketers who are asking this question before they get hired, and I actually have some great advice for how to handle this interview process and this whole how do I get hired by a compounder and make sure that it's a good deal for both of us. That's what's really important. So one of the first things, of course, that everybody wants to know is salary. And salary can be very tricky because this is an industry that doesn't really have a true standard as to what you pay. So you can't really look it up and say, what is this? What should I be getting paid for the work that I'm going to be doing? Totally depends on if you're part-time or full-time. It depends on if you have other jobs associated with it. Many times a pharmacist will hire a pharmacist or hire a technician to also do marketing. So you're really doing two positions. Sometimes they will hire someone to do straight marketing, but they only want them a few days a week. So what you need to do is look at your life situation. What do you need to survive? How can you structure this so that it's beneficial in time and money for you? So some people will consider taking a higher salary and a lower commission. Some people will consider taking a lower salary and a higher commission, and some people will go straight commission. So it really depends on your life situation and what will work best for you. That's something you definitely want to consider and hash out with the owner of the pharmacy. The second thing that you want to consider before marketing is what kind of equipment do they have. Sometimes the pharmacist has decided, hey, I want you to go out and market lollipops, and then you discover they don't have a lollipop maker. And this can be a little confusing and it can be a little frustrating because let's say that you go to the pediatrician or the pediatric dentist and they say, oh my God, I love those tetracaine lollipops, send me 30 of them. You get back to the pharmacy, find out you don't even have a lollipop maker, you got to order one. It's going to take a week and a half to get there, and you're going to have to figure out how to use it. That is a lot of time in between when the doctor is saying, I want 30 in the next 30 hours, and you're saying, well, I can get you 30 in the next 30 days. Okay, so that is something you want to consider. What equipment do you already have on hand, and what should we already be marketing? Number 3, what is the relationship that they have with some of the doctors in the area already? You would be amazed at how many pharmacists and doctors do not have great relationships, and you don't want to be in the crossfire of those kind of relationships. I've seen some ugly stuff out there. So you want to make sure that when you go in to meet with this pharmacist, ask them to be truthful with you. They may have absolutely nothing, but I have been in situations where there was something and they were not friends at all. And you don't want to be in the middle of trying to sell to that person when you realize that they don't have any love for each other. The fourth one that you want to consider looking at is where do they want to grow? And sometimes a pharmacy will say, I just want to get to 50 a day. When they hire you, they're at 30. You may be a rock star, get them to 50 a day in a couple of months, and then what? Are you out of a job? What happens? So you want to know what is their potential for growth. Number 5, going along with the potential for growth is where can they grow to realistically? Sometimes a pharmacist will say, well, I want to do 100 a day. But you look around the pharmacy and you realize that at best they can get 15 done a day. And then what? Are they willing to expand? Will they be able to ramp up? Do they have the staff available to be able to handle what they want to grow to? These are all things that need to be considered. Now, I know these are a little unconventional questions because typically in an interview you're thinking, how much am I going to get paid and what do you want me to do? But I believe that the marketer needs to interview the pharmacist just as much as the pharmacist needs to interview the marketer, because this is your time too, and it needs to be beneficial for both parties involved in this situation. And you do want to know what's expected of you. This position has been a little loose over the years that I've been doing it. Some people have, again, a pharmacist who is a relief pharmacist by day, and then by midday they're a marketer. And sometimes they have a technician that's doing a little bit of both, and they don't get out to market as much as they do technician work. So you want to make sure that you define what it is that you'll be doing and what you are going to be paid for, because that is going to make the job so much easier and so much more enjoyable for you. Now, if you enjoyed this tip, I do have a bonus for you that I'd like to share with you before I get into the favor that I'd love for you to do for me. What I'm going to be sharing with you is a listing of the questions that marketers can use when they go on the interview with doctors, and you can sign up to receive that at the link below. So now that I've shared this bonus with you, I want to ask you for a couple of favors. One, to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I do these videos every week, and I love to answer your questions and share the information I have and solutions I have about marketing your compound pharmacy. Number two is to leave a comment below. Let me know what an interview process has been like for you, what kind of questions you ask. If you're the pharmacist, you can ask the questions and say, Renee, what kind of questions should I be asking? I mean, you're telling them what to ask me. I'm not even sure if I have answers to that. So what should I be asking of this marketer? I can answer that too on a subsequent video. And then number three, every month I'm going to be doing webinars or teleseminars on how to market your compound pharmacy, how to network, or anything that relates to marketing your compound pharmacy. And I'd love for you to join me on those. And you can see the schedule over to the right on this same page. In the meantime, I'm Renee Yvonne with CompoundPharmacyMarketing.com, wishing you a wonderful Wednesday. Bye.